Finally here, big matchup tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern, USA at Mexico. I'm not going to say that it's a must win, but I feel like it's a must not lose. Certainly don't want to put ourselves in a position to where Panama or Costa Rica can catch or jump us, and we still got to play both those teams. So big ask without Weston McKennie, potentially without our goalie. Hopefully Pulisic, Musa, and the like, these guys can rally. We can come out of Mexico with a big W. So hopefully you guys are excited. I know I am. All right, folks, super excited for the World Cup draw tomorrow, Friday. And just want to send a huge congratulations out to the U.S. men's national team for officially qualifying. Did not end on the high note as we would have liked, but that's all right. Still got the job done, and excited to see what these boys can do come November. Now it's time to get ready, and I'm of the mindset that really doesn't matter who we get put in a group with. To be honest, we got to beat good or great teams to get where we want to be anyway, and I think that we can do that. But for sake of conversation and to kind of provide some insight on what I think would be an easier road, I'm going to list teams that I really don't want to see or teams that I do want to see in the first round. So starting with pot one, Qatar or Portugal. In a perfect world, those would be put in a group with us. Anybody else, teams like France, Belgium, we don't want any part of them early if we can avoid it. We are in pot two, so we don't have to worry about teams like Germany, Mexico, who is in our continent. We won't have to face anyway. Teams like Netherlands, we won't have to face them early on either. Pot three, there are a couple scary teams. Senegal being one, with the likes of Mendy, who's probably the best goalie in the world. Go Blues. And Sadio Mane. Do not want any part of that team, nor do I want any part of Poland if we can avoid it. Robert Lewandowski can drop a hat trick anytime, any place, against anybody. So anybody else in that group, I would be perfectly fine with. And lastly, in pot four, Cameroon. They are on fire. Wouldn't want to play them right now. Additionally, Wales, who's in a play-in game. They are a top 20 in the world team. They also have Gareth Bale, who is still a world-class player. So don't want any of them, and would not want to play Peru either, who's just a tough out. Beat out the likes of Colombia and Chile to qualify, who are both perennial, teams with star players. Thankfully, don't have to mess with Canada or Costa Rica, at least in our group. So that's the way I see it right now. Looking forward to it and seeing everybody's reaction. Awesome.
The official World Cup draw just occurred, and I want to give my opinion from the USA's perspective about our chances. First and foremost, congratulations for qualifying for the first time in 8 years and doing it in a fashion that was so unprecedented, with the average age of the starters being under 24 years old in most of the qualifying matches. And how incredible it is to know that this group is so young and they'll have the potential to get back, especially in 2026 with the World Cup being in our backyard. That being said, the USA fell in Group B, which is interesting from a lot of perspectives. First and foremost, we're going to play two European nations in our first two matches. The second match, on Black Friday actually, is going to be against England, but the first match is going to be against Wales, Scotland, or Ukraine. These are teams who have a very similar style. They like to pack it in and get out on the counterattack. They really like to keep possession. And England, to me, is the same way. I think Iran is the one that actually makes me the most nervous, surprisingly, maybe to a lot of the viewers. But I think the style of European nations plays right into the United States' hands. With the strikers that we have, with the back line that we have, and the midfielders and the skill level that we have. When you think about Weston McKennie, who should be back from injury, Christian Pulisic, Gio Reyna, these are dudes who, playing together, I don't think the likes of these European nations, they're going to be prepared for what we have. And on the back line, when you got Walker Zimmerman, Miles Robinson, you could even either go Jedi Robinson, on one end, and Serginho Dest over there, or DeAndre Yedlin. And then you got Ricardo Pepi, a young striker. You got Timmy Weah. His speed is incredible. Brendan Erickson you can throw in there, even Kellen Acosta in the midfield. Yunus Musa, who's extremely strong. You have a lot of guys who can get it done, and I'm excited for the chances for the United States. I don't see any reason why they shouldn't make it out of the group. I just hope Berhalter makes the right moves in formulating the roster, and just making sure he's well-rounded, balanced, and obviously the formations that we play are going to be important as well. But it's a great time to be a U.S. men's national team fan.